everyone. Welcome to Cause for Paws. I'm Connie Carter, your host for the day. And I want to welcome everybody to the second show. It's a great show today. And you're going to be meeting some very interesting friends of mine. But first, what I'd like to do is just do a little bit of a shout out to Bowie Blade and the Bowie Star for running, that's Dakota, you'll meet her in a minute, for running a notice of our latest fundraiser that we had. And it was on July 25th, and it was a great pet portrait fundraiser and party, which was held at the Hilltop Plaza in the rear. We had a number of stores who joined in with us, and we had tattoos, we had sand art, we had pet portraits, and it was a very successful event. And I really, I'm glad, and I thank everybody for coming out to support Claw and their mission. And I am sorry if you missed it, but please check our website, www.bowieclaw.org, for any upcoming events. And we're going to have a lot more coming up. As a matter of fact, there's one coming up, and it's Dining to Donate. It's going to be at Applebee's on September the 9th, and it's on Crane Highway. So they're going to donate 10% of the bill to Bowie Claw. And if you missed it, go back and look in your Bowie Blade, July 23rd, for a wonderful article. Take care of your pets, and they'll definitely take care of you. An article that was written by one of our Claw members. So I wanted to definitely get that out first. So we're going to put that over there. But thank you again. This is going to be an exciting show because we have with us today the team, one of the parts of the team for the Delmarva Search and Rescue. And that is really, really wonderful. I mean, I don't know too much about these. I've heard a little bit about what search and rescue dogs do, but this is really great. So let me go around the clock, and you'll see we're set up really cute. By the way, we saw Sylvester here. And now, first of all, we have, let me get my little cheat sheet out. We have Mike Hansen on my right. He's the Delmarva Search and Rescue Group Operations Officer. Mike, welcome.
Thank you.
And with Mike, we have Dakota, and I don't know if we can see Dakota, we can see her butt, but she has a head over here. She's in the blue right here. So she's a beautiful chocolate lab. And then we have, over here, this is Cricket. Cricket is right here. Cricket is she's with Delmarva Search and Rescue, right? Right? Aren't you cute? Yes, you are. She's my buddy. And next to Cricket, we have Diana LeClaire with Delmarva Search and Rescue. She is the Canine Training Officer. And then she is holding Fisher, a cute little beagle, and she's going to fall asleep on us, I think. And then we have Glenn Bach with the Delmarva Search and Rescue as well. Welcome to everybody. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate that. And first I'd like to start off with, what is Delmarva Search and Rescue? I don't know. I've heard about Delmarva Search and Rescue. I've seen some TV shows about search and rescue dogs, but what is it?
Delmarva Search and Rescue is a group of volunteers, and we actually provide search and rescue for lost people in wilderness environments, as well as some urban search and rescue for the Delmarva Peninsula, Central Maryland, and we responded as far away as Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Virginia to help find missing people.
So you go out and you find somebody gets lost in the woods, like a lot of, you hear these little children who get lost in the woods, and
yeah, little children, some people that might have gotten a little bit confused, some older folks sometimes get a little bit, lost. We'll go out and try to find them, Alzheimer's patients and the like.
Wow.
People that are hunters or people that are just going off into the woods for a short period of time and then get turned around and get lost out in the weather,
so they need help.
They need a little bit of help, yeah.
Wow. When do you know when to call? When does somebody call a search and rescue a team in?
Usually the local authorities, sheriff or a police agency or the Department of Natural Resources, state police would be initially trying to perform search operations, and then they would either maximize their capability, and then they would try to call in other resources, and we're one of the resources that they can call out. Department of Natural Resources here in Maryland will call us, and the state police can call us too, as well as Delaware, and we'll respond to locations where we've got people that they haven't been able to find for a period of time, and we'll try to do an initial search for them.
Wow. Now, do you guys? Now, you're the chief operations officer, right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Does Delmarva Search and Rescue? Do you? This might be a little bit morbid, but do you do live as well as cadaver?
Yes. Yes, we'll assist a responsible agency, a law enforcement agency, in looking for lost persons or what's known as speculative searches, which is we're not sure if they're alive or not, and we can send in a human remains detection canine to help look for particularly cadavers and or disarticulated remains.
Wow. So if we have three totally different, why are you kicking me? Am I taking up your spot? I think I am taking up too much of her little spot. Isn't she cute? Look at her. So you have a chocolate lab, you have a mix, and a beagle. I can see that's a beagle and a chocolate lab. This is obviously a mix, looks like a mix. But you have three totally different dogs. So do you have dogs, special dogs do special things? Do you have special breeds that do special things? Can any breed do anything? And how would you train it? Since you're the training officer, how do you do that?
We have 3 different types of dogs on our team. We have trailing dogs, which is what Fisher is, and they're scent specific. We give them the scent of the person that we're looking for. Most of the time we see how the dog's working when we start out doing runaways with a dog, and depending on if the dog kind of has its nose up in the air, is going to decide whether it's going to be an air scent dog, or if you have a dog that puts its nose right to the ground like a beagle does, it decides on whether they're going to be trailing like Fisher. Cricket's air scent, she'll find whoever's out there.
Really?
She's not scent specific. And then Dakota, she's a cadaver dog.
Wow. So I guess there aren't any cadavers in here because she's like sleeping. Yeah, she's
not working right now.
She's good. I noticed that you have on Dakota a jacket of some sort and a thing on it. Now, why? It looks like a light of some sort.
Yeah.
Why does she wear that?
Well, typically, we to get our dogs into kind of the mode of working, we'll put on a vest and a collar or whatever the handler and that dog want to use, and that gets the dog and the handler kind of into the mode of working. The dog knows that she's working at that moment.
Okay.
The vest helps me be able to locate my dog out in the search area if it's at night, and it just lets people know that this is a working dog as well, and maybe what that function is for that dog.
So now, okay, Dakota's got that one on, and then this one, Cricket has an orange one that says Search and Rescue, Canine Saving Lives, Pet Me, I'm Friendly. And Cricket is very cute. Now, Diana, how do you know whether a dog is going to be a good search and rescue dog? How do you decide that?
When you get a dog, you can do different things with them to see what their drive's like, to see if they're timid with loud noises, different situations, what their drive is, what they want to work for. All of these guys work for food. We have some dogs on the team that work for tennis balls. Some dogs on the team work for tug toys. So you really have to find out what the dog likes and what they want as their reward.
That is interesting. So what age would you say is a good qualifying age?
A lot of different teams have different requirements for the age of their dogs that they can start with. But when they're puppies, I have had Cricket since she was 8 weeks old, and she came to the trainings right away just for socialization, playing with other people, getting her familiar with different things.
And Fisher, how old was she when she joined the group?
I think Fisher was 3 or 4 when we started.